be using 6 things to determine what the age of Nigeria's president could be. First, we'll be using the Guardian publication of October 1998. The second is that of the former governor of Oyo State, Victor Omololu Olunloyo, who happens to be the father of Dr. Kemi Olunloyo. And we'll also be using the age of Shade Tinubu Ojo, the daughter of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The fourth one is we'll be using the testimony, or if you like, document of Reno Omokri. The fifth one is that of Senator Dino Melaye, while the sixth one is that of the US-based Professor Farouk Kwerogi. So you can see that it's a packed episode, but we'll dissect it and make meaning out of all this. But first, before I go on, let me say happy birthday to the president. Well, happy birthday, Mr. President, because every human being in life has a day in a year to celebrate his birthday. So whether you are 2 years old, whether you are 100 years old, whether you are 80 years old, whether you are 150 years old, the most important thing is you have a date in 2025 which you are truly born. So the date that you have chosen, or if you are truly born on that day, happens to be your birthday. So you are not celebrating your birthday twice in a year. It is on. So, and you were born in a day in the calendar year. So it is in order for us to say happy birthday to you. So happy birthday, Mr. President. But however, one thing that we need to look at is the controversy surrounding the age of the president and what is the meaning that we can make out of it. If you look at the Vanguard, which I believe you can see on your screen, there is a Vanguard there is a Guardian publication, apologies, a Guardian publication of October 1988, where now President Bola Ahmed Tinubu says, I don't operate by innuendos. And if you look at that publication, it says Senator Bola Tinubu, 52, returned from self-exile recently. Now, Senator Bola Tinubu, 52. So that means that the Guardian publication in 1998 is saying that Nigeria's president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is 52 years of age. So 52 as at 1998, that is 27 years ago. So if you add 52, which is allegedly his age in 1998 to 27 years after to date, that would give you 79 years. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu says that he's celebrating his 73rd year. So let us look at something. Who could be right? Who could be wrong? Vanguard will most likely only give out information according to Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself. And if a newspaper is approaching you, the newspaper cannot determine your age. You will be the one to tell them how old you are, and they would use the information that you've given them to make their publication. So they cannot go outside the information that you've given them. In fact, some of them will send you a transcript of what they want to publish, sometimes before they even publish it. So if you look at the information of the Guardian newspaper, it points to something. Is Bola Ahmed Tinubu truly 73 years of age, or is he 79 years of age? That is one thing that we need to consider. But one thing I can tell you is that as at when Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as at when that publication was made, that Guardian publication, Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not know, perhaps he did not foresee, perhaps he did not think that it is even possible that he would become the president of Nigeria. Don't forget that Nigeria returned to democratic rule in 1999. So for a Bola Ahmed Tinubu to now say, as at that time, that he is allegedly 52 years old, definitely he does not know that he will become the president. So can we say that Nigeria's president is 79 years old, according to the Guardian publication of October 1998, which reviewed his age as 52 years of age? Now let us go to the second document, or if you like, revelation, or if you like, you can also call it testimony, which is that of Victor Omololu Olunloyo, former governor of Oyo State, the father of Dr. Kemi Olunloyo. If you look at what you can see on your screen, Dr. Kemi's page called Kemi Talks on Facebook, Dr. Kemi made a publication stating that Wike wishing Tinubu happy birthday yesterday. My dad, who happens to be the former governor, says it was his 84th birthday. Now, we don't have access to the former governor of Oyo State, but this is the revelation by his daughter. his biological daughter, Dr. Kemi Olunloyo. Now, I continue the reading. It says, it's Tinubu's 84th birthday, and I am the same age as Sade, his daughter, meaning going on 61. That means that Dr. Kemi is the same age as Folashade Tinubu Ojo, who happens to be 61 years. He said official age is 73 every year. Do the math with the Guardian article. Now, the Guardian article that I first referred to, and we've already done the math that if the Guardian article is anything to go by, that means that the president at the age of 12 years. So the big question is, can a 12-year-old male father a child? Can a 12-year-old male produce a semen that will father a child? I leave that to the biologists, the scientists, the medical doctors in the house, and I look forward to your answer in the comment section. But if we look at the 12 years, the difference between 73 and 79 is 6 years. So if Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if we go by the 79, according to the Guardian article and according to the according to what Olunloyo said, if we go by it, then the difference of 6 years, if we add it to the 73 that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is claiming, that means that Bola Ahmed Tinubu would be 79 years old. And if we now add that 6 years to the 12 years that of the age that he allegedly fathered Sade Tinubu, that would be 18 years. He's an 18-year-old guy able to father a baby. Can a 18-year-old person produce a semen that could father a child? Well, the answer is apparently yes. So that brings us to the question that is Tinubu 73 or 79? But then again, we must not fail to point out that Olunloyo said Tinubu is 84 years old. No, I think there's an error in that regard, because if you refer to the Guardian publication of 1998, and you are now saying that Tinubu is 84 years old, if we do the math, Tinubu would be 79 and not 84 years old. So there's a difference of 5 years in what Dr. Kemi wrote here. Now let us go further, which is the fourth, if you like, you can call it document, if you can call it revelation, if you like, you can call it testimony, which is that of no other than Reno Omokri. If you look at what you can see on your screen, Reno Omokri made this publication on January 13th, 2022. Now, let us bring out something from that publication, which is that as at when Reno Omokri made this write-up on his Facebook on January 13, 2022, but Reno Omokri wasn't a Tinubu boy at that point in time. The presidential election was held in 2023, and Reno Omokri apparently worked for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. It was after the election that Reno Omokri aligned with the Tinubu camp, and he has been defending their policies and actions vigorously since Tinubu became president. But as at 2022, the information in public domain shows that Reno Omokri wasn't a fan of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, wasn't aligning with Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So if you look at it, it says, "Dear Arise TV, in case you are still wondering what Bola Tinubu's real age is, this may help you. Just as Shakira's hips don't lie, Bola's teeth don't lie." And that's why I gave the background. Now, but Reno Omokri did not say any particular age here. But Reno Omokri couldn't have been speaking in favor of Bola Ahmed Tinubu at this point in time, because we know that from the information in public domain that Reno Omokri wasn't a Tinubu fan, or he hasn't aligned with Bola Ahmed Tinubu at this point in time. So he attached an old picture of Bola Ahmed Tinubu with a kind of like brownish teeth, which is kind of like peculiar to aged people. So that means that Reno Omokri himself is not sure of Tinubu's age, except now that he is aligning with them, he is saying that, okay, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is 73 years. Now, let us go to the fifth one, which is that of Dino Melaye. And also, I believe you can see it on your screen. That of Senator Dino Melaye. He made this publication on 3rd March 2023. He said, Guardian newspaper of October, the same Guardian newspaper of October 1998, it contains the interview granted by TINIBU on return from exile. His age was stated to be 52 years in 1998. Simple arithmetic will easily establish that he is not 71 years old. He is not 71 years old that he claims to be now in 2023, but rather 87 years. I think Renault made this publication on 3rd March 2023. But if you look at it, again, referring to the Guardian publication of October 1988, if we base our analogy on that, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not 87 years. Rather, if the Guardian publication is anything to go by, Bola Ahmed Tinubu would be 79 years of age. And that's why I said at the beginning of this episode that there have been a lot of controversies and different accounts of what Bola Ahmed Tinubu's age could be. Now, the 6th one is that of Farouk Kwerogi, a US-based professor. And I would like to read out something for you in one of Farouk Kwerogi's articles. Farouk Kwerogi wrote an article, and he said in that particular article where he target clarity on Tinubu's age. And I'd like to read some paragraph for you. He says that in spite of prevalent allegations to the contrary, Tinubu's age has also been fairly consistent in public records from the 1970s from Richard Daley College and Chicago State University, where I saw again a few days ago, show that he consistently gave his year of birth as 1952. It was only his Chicago State University transcript that gave his year of birth as 1954, but this was attributed to a clerical error. In any case, 1954 is 2 years younger than 1952. Had the year been significantly older than 1952, there would have been a valid basis to speculate that it was his real birth year that he accidentally let out. So at no point did he ever officially claim to be born earlier than 1952. It's entirely plausible that he was actually born earlier than 1952, but no one has shown any official documentation to authenticate that. People whose birth wasn't officially recorded, as I suspected was the case with Tinubu, have a lot of wiggle room to claim any age. That's the account according to the US-based professor Farouk Kwerogi. So we have different accounts. If you base it on the Guardian publication is 79, the Olun lawyers arithmetic, Tinubu says Tinubu is 84. Then Reno Omokri is saying Reno Omokri didn't give any age. Dino that is something that is 87 years. So if you look at it, there's different disparity. But what I can say is that, Mr. President, whatever your age is, doesn't matter. What matter is you are the president of Nigeria, and what should matter to you is you should be doing your best to deliver the dividend of democracy to Nigeria. That is what really matters. Nigeria doesn't care what your age is. As in majority of Nigerians, what they want is jobs, electricity, good economy, good healthcare system, good educational system. That is what Nigerians want. And I hope that you will be able to deliver in that regard. And you being the president, every day of your presidency is an opportunity for you to sketch